Hey, so just seeing what's going on. It's been rough here. Just kind of did some things to myself, kind of put me back. You start feeling better, and it's really weird because the littlest things threw me off big time. I had a salad. Actually, like last week, I had a salad and I don't eat cheese, and I had trouble eating cheese like the first few months off, so I haven't had any since. Sometimes I could have a little bit and it doesn't seem to bother me. But I had a cube of cheese, whatever it was, and that threw me in such a horrible wave. At least for a few days. I don't even know if I've thoroughly really recovered from it. My head's been a mess. But, once that started to calm down, I purchased a bike and I thought I'd do really light riding around. So I did. I was like $25. I'm like, well, this will be good. I can do this once in a while, start getting back into things. I work and exercise. Who knew how freaking uh, fragile my nervous system is? I had no idea. I mean, I know it is, but I didn't think riding for 1 mile. It threw me I'm in bad shape again, and it just sucks. I feel like I've thrown myself back 6 months. There's no winning. There's no getting, there's no not working. You have to try, and can't just sit and watch TV all day long every single day. Doesn't pay the bills. I get pushing myself doesn't help, but I figured it's a small freaking piece of cheese. My God, come on, this gotta suffer enough. I don't know why I'm so freaking sensitive. It's days like this where I really don't feel good. My mind is such a mess, and it's been growing worse every day for like the last week. Physically, my physical symptoms are stronger, but they're still not as bothersome as this whole mental thing. I just want to feel better. I have my better days, and things have gotten a lot better. But it's so freaking disappointing every single time I try something new. And it's so rare. I mean, in eight and a half months, I've tried something new like 4 times, and every time it's been a fucking disaster. You'd think almost 9 months off of pills that I took for 3 months at a lower dose than most people, I would be better. And yet I still have to work. I still have to struggle. My mind is a complete mess. It's so weird. The depersonalization and everything's getting worse again. I mean, it's always been bad, but it started to clear up, and I started to get used to it. And when I say clear up, it got better about 30% for like a month. And now it's back. Stress. There's just no winning with this. I can't stop. Bills don't get paid. I mean, what do you do? Ugh. I'm just tired of it all. Just exhausted of working constantly on my computers, which make everything worse. Hate being on the computers now. Visually it makes everything worse. I'm in this huge trance all the time. I still can't drive long distances, and today I shouldn't even drove short distance. I know it'll clear up again. But I'm gonna cool it. Tomorrow I'm going out for work, but I'm gonna be in Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Then I'll probably go out again on Sunday, but I'm gonna take 3 days off. Even though I'm working from home, I'm still gonna stay in for 3 days. May take a few walks, that's about it. And that should hopefully clear me up a little bit. Absolutely ridiculous. I'm hoping one of those days I'm just going to take off in general, which I haven't taken a full day off ever, I don't think. The allergies ain't helping. Going to see, I have an appointment, doctor's appointments every Tuesday and Thursday. Got one today. And I can barely function. And that's the stress of these appointments are making everything worse. And half of just going to therapy appointments is to appease everybody else, because everybody thinks I need help. You just take one, just go with it, because I do need to vent, to somebody. But the problem is when I go there, it's so stressful, because my depersonalization just puts me in this weird-ass spot where I'm looking at these. I have to literally stare at these people and have conversations for 45 minutes. And it's almost impossible. It's so stressful. Whatever. It's just so freaking old. But the thing is, I have to deal with it. There's nothing I can do. Nothing I can do. I have to continually deal with it, and this is my life. I won't listen to people say you need to reinstate. Seriously, you got to do your research for reinstating in benzo withdrawal. You can't do it. Not at this point. 95% of the time, it's paradoxical, and it will backfire on you. And what do you want to do? Be sicker than you already are, but yet be stuck on benzos? Oh my God. You gotta wait it out. The stress makes it worse. And I'm gonna have to have stress. And people are gonna look back and be like, well, he was sick that long because of stress. Well, no. No, because, I get stress, but when you're in benzo withdrawal, there's no doubt you're gonna be stressed. Doesn't matter what you're doing. When I go out for work, I'm not stressed out. I think stimulation doesn't make it any better. What stresses me out is sitting at home 8.5, 9 months later. Sitting at home, paying the bills. Just exhausted of it. I don't need people to tell me how to fix this, because there is no fix. This is just another forum, a place that I can vent on how I feel and what's going on in my head. Because I want you guys to know 8.5 months later, on 3 months of benzos, can put you in this place. I've gotten better. That's the weird part, is I've gotten better. But then I'll start to get used to it, and then the symptoms are still real hard. And I'll continually get better, and then I'll get worse, and then I'll get way better, and then I'll get worse, and then so on. I know the way it goes. But I threw myself back with the eating. I'm going to have to stick with my crappy 5 things diet. It just bugs the crap out of me when I see other people sooner. They'll be on benzos for 15 years, and 6 months later, they're driving their cars, and it makes me nuts. It's just not right. Just not right. They're eating anything they want. Look at this healthy meal, and it'll be tomatoes, mushrooms, and everything you shouldn't be eating in withdrawal. It's just amazing how some people can heal quicker than others, and some have to suffer. The sad part is, I knew this was going to happen. I knew it. The second I started going through interdose withdrawal, I got so scared. And I'm like, this is going to be something else. This is not going to be easy. And yeah, it's exactly what happened. It made me suffer. It made me suffer more than I ever expected to suffer. And I don't care what your issue is in life. There's nothing like benzo withdrawal. And having to explain to doctors constantly. Having to explain that you can't take certain antibiotics, you can't take steroids, you can't take benzos, you can't do this or that. I can't even take ibuprofen because it makes me sick. I just have to suffer through it. So does everybody else, but this is my video. I'm just beat. I'm just freaking beat. There's absolutely nothing I can do to make this stop. If I knew it was going to be 9 months later of this much suffering, see, the thing is, there's no way you would know. There's no way you would know all this. You could say to taper, but the whole time I'd taper, being as sick as I probably would have been, I wouldn't have believed it, and I would have just got off the medicine. So either way. Who knew my life would end up like this? So far, a year down the tubes, losing everything I own, basically. I'm struggling to hold on to stuff, struggling to pay bills. And if I don't sell something, I can't pay the bills. And I'm almost out of stuff. I've come up with business ideas to try to make a few extra dollars and everything. And I have to do everything in my power to do that. And still, nobody will pay me for anything. I mean, it's almost time for a fucking medical fundraiser for myself to at least make a grand or two. That would be sweet. Have rent for a couple months. I'd still have to work 24/7. I don't get a day off. You know, it's not like I can go out and get a regular job. I can't do it. I can't mentally function and do it. So I have to do my own job. And since my job has been failing for the last couple years, I have to do it. I can't start a new business and make all the bills. It's thousands of dollars. It's impossible. Anyway, this is benzo recovery. It's a great time. I've been in a wave, and it's self-induced almost because of food and trying to better myself by riding a bike for 1 mile. Heart rate went to 170. It just took a toll. I was better off after I moved across the country and moved stuff from a truck for 2 days than riding the bike for the mile. This is unreal. If this was 2 weeks out after taking benzos, yeah, I would have reinstated. Sad. I would have reinstated. Although, being on this, I'd probably be dead today if I stayed on the pills. But I probably would have reinstated if I would have known. The pills did nothing for me. I'd have to updose every other week, and that's not cool. The pills just didn't work for me. They completely destroyed me. I mean, luckily, I'm still 30% better than I used to be. So, I mean, it's going in the right direction. But that doesn't mean this is freaking easy. Physically, I'm a lot better. But mentally, when it gets bad, it's still bad. And that's what keeps you from working. You could give me all the physical symptoms and leave my head alone. I could go out and drive, work, and I'd just complain about how crappy I feel and how screwed up I feel. But mentally, I'd be fine. It's horrible. Alright, guys. Hopefully I'll get some better days. I'm going to take some days off. I'll probably update you then. Sorry about the complaining, you know. It's just one of those freaking days, you know. And most of my videos are done on days I feel like crap. So, Hopefully I feel better. I'll do another positive video. My last one I was feeling a lot better. And I was for a little while. And I mean things are definitely getting better. It's just too hard. Functioning during this is hell. I can barely see straight. Confusion is just massive. I have pressure in my ears and my head. Just nuts. Could be allergies too. I don't know. You know, it ain't helping. It's bad. Anyway, okay. We'll talk soon. Later.